like in retrospect, even back then, I'm like, what? Like you're mad at me for trying to help somebody. It just happened to be a female on advising them on their credit and how to get a bang for their buck in shopping.
Show did. Look, show did. I was ready. Look, don't play with me. I was ready to cut somebody, okay? I was ready to cut somebody straight up. Like, straight up. I'm just kidding. I'm not, because I might have. It's a good thing I didn't have knives in the car back then. It's loose.
I'll tighten it for you if you ain't already tighten it when I get there.
It's okay.
See? Sound like a work husband.
So honestly, even your explanation, like, I don't think all the other jobs I had, like, I was mostly a receptionist, and mostly work, like, even when I was at the college, it was mostly women that worked there. Actually, I think it was only two dudes that worked in the whole front office out of like 13 people.
And
Um,
even when she worked for the city or
yeah,
whatever. It was
so
one dude, but
well, one dude.
the I think you his name I think you said he was Arabian or he wasn't like white, but he was like is it Arabian or you said whatever dude that was in the county that worked with you in the county. He wasn't a work husband, but I could have looked at it like it was.
I don't know who you're talking about because I worked around all women except for when I went to the office over Northeast, and there was only a white dude that I work with.
Well, it was I swear because I met him at the funeral that y'all went to. It might have looked a Hispanic, Arabian, Indian type.
I don't know who you're talking about because I don't know. I'm
Well,
I'm sure there was, but here's the thing. I don't remember anyone going out of their way and doing anything.
yeah, no, he didn't do that,
Yeah,
but
so we're talking about work husbands.
okay.
I'm like, who the hell? I'm trying to figure out who it was. Yeah, no. And only time spank me, I don't care. Um, only time that I would have had a technical opportunity to have a work husband was when I was at the bus company, and you obviously worked there every time I was there. So everybody knew who you was. So ain't nobody trying to step over that line. They ain't want no problems. Oh, he drive a big bus. We don't want the problems. We drive little buses over here. We ain't messing with him.
hmm But there was women that worked with her that didn't know we was together. That
Yeah,
I,
he had, like I said, he. Now, here's the thing. I know they say that there's like how many ever women to one man, right? But they always say it's easier for a woman to get a man than it is for a man to get a woman. I think that's a lie. When it comes to having the opportunity to cheat or the opportunity to have work husband, work wife, you got that.
I'm a hard worker, baby.
Yeah, okay.
I work hard
Um,
for this.
so what would you say? And
Go get the
I
bunny.
think we've already said it, but what would you say is the number one reason why men cheat and the number one reason why women cheat?
The number one reason why women cheat is that they not women, men. I must go with the men. The number one reason why men cheat is that how to put it, they're not open and honest with their wants and needs. Um, I believe that if a man in the beginning stages of talking to a female or even going on a date. Like let's say for instance, y'all are going on y'all first date or whatever, and that's the time to try to really get to know one another. He should be upfront and be like, like I don't know. Let me do it as in a story time. Not really a story time, but put it in a story version to kind of hopefully help anybody watching, listening to understand. So, you know, get to it and be like, y'all at the dinner table or whatever, like, and let it be known that hey, one thing about me in a relationship or whatever, like I tend to want a lot of attention, a lot of affection and whatnot. And I don't mean a lot to where it's just overbearing or you feel like you're losing yourself. I just need to be able to like when I come home, I just want to, at least for maybe 30 minutes just hell chill and cuddle or whatever. Or let's say for instance I come home and I take a bath to wash the day off me or whatever. After that, I would want to chill and cuddle for at least 30 minutes or whatever, and you know have a little intimate talk or whatever have you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's one thing, but yeah, not being able open and honest with themselves to be open and honest with their partner. You got
100%.
you got to stop. I'm focusing in on the little cleavage.
What do you want me to do? Cover it up?
No, no,
No.
they can see it.
I I could
They can
cover
see-
it up so you could focus.
Nah, I'm good. So and then from my standpoint, a man's standpoint of why a woman cheat because the man obviously isn't giving her emotional support or and what that means is that when she comes to you and she's upset about, let's throw out a topic.
Finances.
Okay, she's upset about finances and whatnot. you know the emotional support would look like you go and basically you listen to her, you tell her that it's gonna be okay, and that you basically show your side where you can try to help move stuff around so things may look, you know where you make things look maybe it's doable, possible, or whatever. Case in point, like I might not have all the money at the current moment that I do stuff or whatever. But when my baby is there or whatever, and she's talking or whatever, I might not can wipe out all her frustrations at that point. But here, baby, I'm gonna give you what I have. Now, mind you, she might not know that okay, it's my last, but it's to show her that hey, any way, shape or form, I have her back. Um, Also, even if I didn't have the money, it's like okay, how can I help her to reorganize
I don't know
her
why she's yawning.
life things that's going on with her life thing that maybe that could free up the money for her.
Yeah.
Saying there's been times where I said, you know what? Well, how about this? Don't pay that bill at this time. Let that bill whatever and we'll figure it out. But go ahead use that particular bill money to go ahead cover what you really need. And then together we'll work on, you know. it's that whole rob Peter to pay Paul type thing.
Yeah.
She might need that. She might need that type of support and understanding, to ease her burden or whatever. Yes, there's a bill that's going unpaid at that time, but is it gonna hurt or hinder? It might not be. It might not. But you gotta have your leadership role hat on to even figure that out. So, and then so if she cheats on you because of that, it's because she's not feeling that you support her. And again, it's not all about finances, even though the topic was finances. But it could just easily be, you know what, baby, I don't have it. So of course that won't be financial for you because you ain't got it. But you can have your leadership hat on and be like, okay, this, that, and the other. There's been times where she's gonna pay the storage fee, and I'm like, no, I got that next week or whatever. So you go ahead and use the money that you had aside for the storage to go ahead and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Point blank simple, stuff like that. So it
Um
don't take big money bags to
no, because
show.
sometimes it's not even, and this is just me, sometimes it's not even the man saying I got you, I'll take care of it. It's putting your head together and saying, you know what, you got this skill, that skill, you can do this and that. Go ahead and put your skills together and create something. You might be a good baker. Go ahead and start baking stuff and then put it out in the community or start a business so that you have supplemental income coming in where you now don't have to worry about said bill, or you know what I'm saying?
And see, my wife is a good twerker, so she puts that to use.
Why you put my business out there like that?
Cause your business be just bouncing.
I keep yawning. I'm like, what the heck?
Buzz.
I
So
got I sleep. I got maybe I got too much sleep. Who knows? So yes, trust issues. We didn't talk about trust issues. Let's briefly talk about trust issues. So if you come into a new relationship, like I came into a relationship with my husband, of us being friends for 4 years, I came in with trust issues because everyone I dealt with prior to him lied, cheated, was deceptive to some degree. And so now I brought that immediately into our relationship. Even though it's brand new and he hasn't done anything in 4 years to show me otherwise, that I would have to worry about trust issues, because I've dealt with that trauma in past relationships. Immediately, what, a month in, I think, trust issues. It wasn't even a month in, the trust issues were there from day one. I'm
and,
hearing myself echo.
yeah, and a lot of times though too, trust issues or any issues that you will have in a relationship, whether it's good or bad, you can always most likely trace that back to the relationships that you personally will have with your parents. Um, Trust issues, as in, let's say for instance, let's say for instance, if and it's kind of true where my wife was a kid on the front steps waiting for her dad to come through, and she sees him drive right by and don't see him no more, and she had her bags packed ready to go with him, but he didn't pick her up. So now that forms a trust thing at the same time. But then also, if some, I don't think I don't think her mom did, but if I apparently not apparently, but I don't think your mom said anything like, you know what? Yeah, y'all seen him. That's why I did it. I don't know.
No, it
Did
happened.
it
Not
did happen?
exactly, not the exact scenario, but um, we would. There was a few instances where we would be scheduled or whatever to go, planning to go to the Mall of America, or going to Skateland, the all night skate. See my dad drive past in a whole nother woman's car. He's supposed to be at home so someone can drive us to the mall or drive us to Skateland, and he in some another woman's car. This is what we're seeing. And so yes, my mom was great at bad mouthing my dad when he was cheating and whatever.
And then who's to say? Because I've met him, and what I know of him and stuff. Who's to say that your mom didn't set that up to make him look bad? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I now wholeheartedly believe that that was a part of it, and not even because of him. She knew she's very smart, and so she would play the situations because it wasn't even about him doing whatever. It was about, oh, we want to go have fun. We want to go to an all nighter. We want to go to the Mall of America. And she, being who she was, didn't want that. And so she would make sure that we couldn't go.
Hmm.
She would cause an argument with my dad and then he wouldn't come home. But we didn't know that. We didn't know why he wasn't home. We just saw him driving past in someone else's car, but we're not knowing that they she intentionally caused an argument with him so that we couldn't go and have fun and be kids.
So that would be like a small trust seed and stuff like that. And the reason being is that the reason I said what I said is because when I met him or whatever, he was always there for her. So it was hard for me to kind of like fathom that what happened in the past was what really happened, because he's always there for his kids. He, even to his dying day, he was there for his kids. So then also with that, it's like now you got to look at the type of trust that that person or my wife have with the mother. You know what I'm saying? Can she trust her mother and all that stuff? So all that plays a factor in trust issues in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I've still to this day, my parents are together. They've been together all my life. They got married when I was, well, yeah, I was already born. I was a handheld baby when they was married. I was at their wedding, even though I think I might have been 7 months old or something. I don't know, 7 months. I was a handheld baby, and my mom was pregnant with my brother. So he was at the wedding too. He just didn't know it. Um, but you know what I'm saying? Like when you think about it, like so mentally, I would say I'm balanced, but I'm more balanced now because of the understanding. But
Yeah.
they say kids that grow up with both their parents are more mentally healthy than the other and stuff like that. And I see
Yeah.
that, but then I don't see that for the simple fact that I still had to do a lot of work.
Oh yeah. Well, because then again, we could apply religion to that, and I know we're trying to not do that. But it's just the teachings, the environments of where our parents grew up in. Um, my dad was in and out. My dad was in and out, and I wholeheartedly don't fault him 100% because of that. Because again, dealing with the women that he was dealing with, that's a whole another toxic level of trust issues. Like it's an endless cycle.